Welcome to our home. We're here to amaze you, have wonder beyond wonder, to have you a new experience unfold itself before you. We're here to talk about AhZhension Studios. Thank you for joining us.
I'm Bill.
I am Ann Morrison, and we are currently AhZhension Studios. There are a lot of reasons that we do what we do, and with the little clips of video that we do, sometimes it's hard to get down to the nitty-gritty of what all that is. So we decided today we're going to lay it out, and we're going to explain to people who we are, what we do, why we do it, and best of all, how it can help you be peaceful, fulfilled, happy, purposeful, sustainable if possible, and live a good life. That's what we're all here for, right?
So as she said, we're here at home. Everybody's home for the holidays, and we're hoping that you're having a wonderful holiday season as well. This all started many years ago when Anessa had an illness that put her down for quite a while, that we fought with. She found a way to rise above that illness without all the Western medicine that we were going through for 8 years. So that all stemmed from that. So we went into the healing through art. Now we're into AhZhension Studios, which is a conglomerate of her artistry, the artist colony, which we're looking to put together.
And a wellness center that has the height of old school shamanism, ritualism, mixed, and apothecary, mixed with the new technology that is coming out as far as aging, living better, having a lower body age to what you really are, and basically getting the most out of your physical body that you can. And there's a lot of bits and pieces to that. The reason that we're coming to you with this knowledge is, first of all, we're learning it. And we're telling you things that we have already tried and done and found to be beneficial and good for us, and sharing that with you. Because wouldn't you like to feel healthier most of the time? I am so grateful that I feel healthy now, that I can move, that I'm not in pain all of the time. And it was a combination of a lot of different little things put together in an intelligent way, actually looking at the results and coming up with our path forward on how we want to live our lives. Talking to you is a major part of how we want to live our lives. So we've written down a few things, and we're just going to go into the first topic. Okay, a new perspective on what human is. When you're born, you're supposed to be a good boy or a good girl and do what you're told and go to school and get straight A's and not litter. Maybe you were given a deity that you are worshiping, and awesome. By all, bring God, bring Allah, bring everybody in here, because this works with any religion. So being human is an energetic signature of this individualized personification of the energy of the whole. So if we're swimming in an ocean, and I talk about this a ton of times, so you'll hear it over and over again. You're swimming in an ocean. That is the energy of everything everywhere. The expanding universe. The place that was created. The place that has everything going on and more energy that we don't know anything about. We are one drop in that ocean. And we were given the gift of being able to live in this reality where we can feel, hear, see, and we have things that we must strive for and goals that we can attain, and child bearing and raising as part of our reality as an individuation with the dog. But we were made to live a life provides perspective and insight to the whole. This is not, in my opinion, the only dimension. This is not the only reality. This is not the only timeline. So us being here at exactly this moment, with you at exactly this moment, with her barking out the window. This is an extraordinary gift of experience. When we're done, we get to choose what the next gift will be, just like we chose what this gift will be. We sat down, we had a conversation, said our purpose is going to be this, we're going to go in with these parents, we're going to be able to focus on this, and we're going to have these people that we have contracts with throughout our lives, and we will have these guides, and this way, spiritually, to help us navigate this 3D to 5G existence of reality is something that right now our grandchildren are starting to actually be able to see and embody. And to do it without taking apart the realness of God, the realness of the teachings of Buddha, the realness of Allah, the realness of the spiritual path that you have already chosen. Every bit and piece of those fits within what we teach. We not only respect them, we've been ordained because we wanted to let you know that we are taking this just as serious. Our faith, your faith, any faith that is coming at us, because we are all humans living together on this planet, and our energy on this planet is magnetized to each other. And the entanglement of the energies, as far as physics is concerned, is the connection that we have. You're walking down the aisle in the grocery store, and you go by somebody and you're like, oh, wow, they feel angry. How can you do that? Because your energy entangled with theirs as you were walking by. That's how you can tell they were angry. Either that or they were screaming. In your religion, in this reality of the physics with the spiritual reality, you've been given angels or guides, and these angels or guides can help you along the way. Some people channel them, some people channel other entities, and all of it is to help us through the transition that we are currently going through on the earth to a more people-friendly planet. Every action that we do affects the collective, everyone on the planet. It doesn't matter if you're holed up in your house in a dark little corner of a dark little room. It is still affecting you because it is flowing through the energy. There's a reason that astrology has been around for as long as it has. It's because energy bounces off of stuff. It moves, goes this way, goes that way, and it does things without any physical equation that can be put to it, because our actions, our intent, our words create our reality, and that acts upon the energy. Just like the fact that Mars is going by us is going to act on the energy. Just like the fact that somebody in the grocery store who's having a really bad day could affect our energy. And we can choose what kind of energy signature we send out into the world. That energy signal not only interacts with the other people, will either enrich or help to derail them from a good positive life themselves. So how we present ourselves and how we act within all of the energy of all of the world, and there's so many input points on it at this time, all of the different people, all the different animals, the plant life, the life of the planet itself, the universe, that when we are trying to manifest and attract something, it may take a while. There's a lot of different paths to go in there. But if you say, my God, I never get that right, you know what? You don't. And so manifestation is part of it. But understanding the energy and how it flows through and interacts with all of us is a huge, huge part of how we operate in the healing methods and the life lessons and finding your peace and being able to put something out to everyone that brings that same thing back to you, like kindness and compassion and love. And it's science just as much as it's faith, just as much as it's what happens through the day, what we have already created, the trauma that has happened in our past. Are we willing to go forward without it and find out who it is we contracted to be when we decided to come out here? Are we going to decide to use our guides or not? And going forward, are we going to take our faith and use that in going forward? And all of these are questions as a human. And everything that you do as a human affects everyone. Not a huge burden, because everything everyone does affects everyone. I am no less than you, and I am no greater than you. We are all equally important in the spectrum of energy that we all live in. And you can start to wrap your head around that. Where we go after we're done with this body and this reality is back to the ocean. Now, in the ocean, we lived Alexander the Great's life. We lived Cleopatra's life. And we lived the little guy running from the tiger who got eaten. All of those lives are there as an experience for us to be able to embody, which means we haven't done anything wrong in our lives, because all of it is good food and fuel for everyone in the ocean who could come in and experience that which our drop is adding to it when we're done in this reality. So we are the serial killer and we are the saint and the Mother Teresa, all at the same time as we are endeavoring to be the best ourselves as we are trying to be, which makes everything have a little bit of a different twist on it. Nobody's good, nobody's bad, and we do a lot of talking about these labels that we have put upon behavior. Behavior that we were taught when somebody was trying to control our behavior as children so that we would grow up and be able to take care of ourselves. And we're going to break down some of these walls in the videos and the teachings and the meditations that we give out. So your place in the world as a being of energy, even though you're in a drop, you are still connected to all of the energy. It flows right through your skin. So when you go into a room of angry protesters, I feel the anger. When you go into a room of people worshiping and singing songs and full of the Spirit, I feel full of the Spirit. This is good stuff, which is a reaffirmation that the energy that we live in, we embody, we also interact with and enact upon. So then the choice is not what you're capable of being, but what do you choose to be? If you are particles put together with an individuation of energy and an energy pool, what you choose to be is the most important thing. Once you understand just how much your actions create your world, then it is so easy to see your choices become the realities in front of us. We choose to be healthy, number one. To experience life in its fullness as the entity that you were made to be, with the support system that you were given, and to work within the energies to create enough balance in your life that you can get down to you and who you are, so you know that you are living those wonderful talents that you agreed to.
Which is what we do at AhZhension.
We help people based upon this understanding that they are in charge, because there is a certain amount of randomness to it. There is energy that is coming from all sorts of other different sources. There is a huge amount of reactiveness that happens in most people's life. And to live, you can't totally get away from that. So there's some chaos, some randomness, some planned. And when you get to a calm place where you find yourself in balance and not guided only by the traumas and terrible things that have happened in your life, then you can find a way to go forward truly as yourself. And that gives to the world what your purpose was when you decided to come into this reality. And when you go out of this reality, it gives to the ocean the experience that you had here, the lessons that you have learned, and the insight into the struggles, the triumphs, the different colors of your life. And that's pretty important stuff. Now, you as an individual, getting to the point where you are balanced enough that you can start to see what your purpose might be. That's what we help you with here at AhZhension Studios.
I, from early on in life, thought I was a shaman. So a lot of my life was led that way. And then I got out of it. Now I'm back into it. Now I'm reconnecting with myself. And that's what we want to help others do, is reconnect with the nature side of the being, who we are. More in touch with nature, more in touch with the earth that we're on, gives us a better way of life. Not burdened by all the traumas that you went through, trying to get through some of those traumas. Our meditation practices help that. And that's what we want to do universally. We want to help others, give them the tools that we've found to be able to move forward without the trauma, to address the trauma, to get through it, to accept it as a part of who you are, because it is. Everything that we've done up to this point in our lives makes us who we are. And from this point forward, you can change that. You can change anything and everything within your life.
We do believe that you are in the driver's seat, even though it sometimes feels like you're not. In the driver's seat, there's a lot of choices to be made, and we accept them. Whether you choose to be an entrepreneur, whether you choose to spend your time connecting with nature or animals, whether you are helping those less fortunate than yourself, whether you are creating the next gadget that's just going to make life easier, or extend health and longevity and quality of life in the midst of it. All these choices are fine, whether you show up with makeup or without. It's fine. Whether you worship here or there is fine. It doesn't change your ability to be you, authentically fulfilled. And find out what that means. A lot of what we do that people seem to really react to, that has been a list of trial and error for us, is manifesting. And this has a ton to do with the words that you put out into the universe. And it's not just money. If you are not ready to accept money and somebody gave you $10 million tomorrow, it'd be gone. No time at all. This is about setting yourself up, understanding your journey, understanding yourself, and then going forward and making things happen that are within your path. And if you want that path to change, then fine. The guru who sat for 50 years in a cave did not want his path to change for 50 years. He wanted to gain enlightenment, another state of nirvana. So where you go from your point of balance and your understanding of yourself is a journey of manifesting.
So we offer tools to help you with your intent statements, which set you on the right path. We help you with understanding that, as you've heard over the years, where you focus your energy flows. We take a whole bunch of scientific data and procedures, and we put them into an easier way to live your life. It's something that we do all the time, and we just want to put it out there to be able to help others. Purpose is to help others become better human beings and to live better, to feel better, and to be more earth conscious.
Our goal as a company is to help X number of people, not to make X number of dollars. And we live a nice, abundant life. We have everything that we need. We are able to buy organic food. We can travel when we need to, and we're very blessed by the steps that we took over the last 10 years to create that. So as far as manifesting to get to your next stage, find out what it is, we do know what we're talking about.
We've manifested to be here with you today.
And you're important. So being here is important for us. We have a tendency to take parts of our own stories that have happened to us, to focus on one negative little bit, roll that through why I can't, why I shouldn't, why I couldn't, why I am incapable, why things aren't going my way. I'm just, terrible words people say to each other: stupid, incompetent, incapable, it's just never going to go my way, I just can't make it work. And all of those things create the realities that they express. Along with your manifestation, we teach you how to do slight word changes in the way that we speak to the universe, in the way we speak about ourselves, the way we speak about other people, based upon that understanding, with practitioners who have expertise from sound, from ancient Egypt gods and experiences, from places of a sacred feminine or a sacred masculine. And it is our goal to be able to bring in their teachings and them, whenever possible, to give you an enlightened viewpoint of many different perspectives that you can grab hold of to create your own path that works. Because just because I did it or you did it doesn't mean it's exactly going to work for you. We're okay with that. By all means, give you the information and you come up with your way to the core of you giving what you're supposed to give in the universe.
In life you have scales, and in this hand or in this scale you've got your negative words and your negative thoughts, right? And this is how it is in life. All your negative is weighing down everything. So we want to help you be balanced. We'll take that negative and show you how to put positive spins on things, how to change your verbiage. That's one of the things, neuralistic programming, if you will. Tony Robbins did that a long time ago, still uses it today. But we try and help you with those kind of things. We show you the way that you can change. For example, I never get in trouble. I changed that word from back when I was 16 years old. I don't get in trouble. I learned lessons. They're not mistakes, they're lessons. Just changing, and I felt that way my whole life. So now it's real easy for me not to ever be in trouble. But it takes practice, it takes dedication to that, and we want to help you with those kind of, give you those kind of tools to help you out with that.
And teach you how to get from a place where you're spiraling into a place where you were once again in control of the narrative in your own head, which leads you to being able to rewrite a story. The less that I give credence to those people who have hurt me and change my narrative from those people who have hurt me to I forgive you. What a great learning lesson that was. I forgive you, I forgive me, and going forward. This is how you rewrite the stories of your life. And then as this becomes habitualized, it becomes the story. And it gives you so much more room as you go forward.
We've learned life lessons throughout our whole life. You've gotten where you're at now by learning life lessons. There are patterns that you don't do anymore.
A lot of them the hard way.
But you don't realize at the time that you were doing it. If you really look back and on your life, you'll see the lessons that you've learned that you don't do anymore. So we're here to help you get more lessons in how to move forward, elevate yourself, become a better person, feel better about yourself,
increase your frequency,
have your own personal core strength.
The power in ritual was used many years before modern medicine ever came into force. Healers, shaman, witch doctors, your doctor who would go and use leeches to bleed you, all of them had with them a basis of faith, a routine that they went over and over again, something that brought you into a higher elevated frequency space in your own head so that you could believe in your own healing. And this is done by ritual. Having your shamanic background, coming up with and enacting a regular ritual can be very powerful towards personal growth.
It's very daunting to set up a ritual because you don't know how to do it. You don't know the words to say. But the ritual itself is what's important. It's not so much what you say. It's the fact that you are putting energy out into the world, out into the universe, calling upon the energies of the universe to help you. So a ritual does not necessarily have to be a written script, but we help out with that. I will show you how to create your sacred space, a 12-inch by 12-inch, small place. You can make it.
Getting there is one of the things that we put a great deal of effort into and a lot of trial and error because it should be simple. It doesn't have to be convoluted. You don't have to run around screaming in your BVDs with a banana in your ear and feathers up your nose. But you do come up with a way that for you makes sense, takes up a reasonable, but doesn't have to be extensive amount of time. Life is still here to be lived and you still have your purpose. So a ritual should be something that is easily fitting into what it is that balances your life. Everything matters. Everything matters. And everything doesn't matter. When we're done here, our emotions, the experiences that we had, are the only thing we take with us. And so to say that somebody else's emotions don't matter in a certain circumstance is just as crazy as to say that water doesn't matter to our existence. And it doesn't, because without water we would die and we would go back to the ocean and we would still be the energy signature that we are now. So everything doesn't matter. And everything matters. How a dog approaches another dog before they play is that one of them nods. And sometimes it happens so quick you can barely see it. But when they give the nod, then they can start playing. And so the slightest little thing can mean volumes. And to be able to take something hugely traumatic and understand the importance of it, and on the flip side, how unimportant it is a very important core belief system that allows you to go forward a lot less encumbered with the societal restraints that are put on us in this world. We help you to understand in each situation where everything matters and where it doesn't. Inclusivity.
Whether you're rich, poor, doesn't matter. You need to be grounded. Even the richest man may not be happy. The poorest man may be the happiest person on earth. Doesn't matter. Every individual needs help, guidance, direction,
Community, conversation.
and maybe they just want to give. That's a possibility as well. We want to include everybody. We'd like to be global. I mean, we'd love to have people come from all over the world to come and be with us in our community, helping, and with the things that are coming up in the next 10 years, spiritually, we're going to need a large community. And it's already growing, and we just want to be a part of that. So we want to be inclusive and have you with us, and those that you know who might need it as well. The fact that we're talking to you right now will send energy out, and then that energy can be exponentially greater if you share the message as well.
You're welcome. Every bit of experience that you've had in the world is something that can help the world. And
even though you don't think so.
yeah.
Even though you don't think that helping that dog when you were 6 years old, giving it a bone or a treat or whatever, that helped the world.
It did.
Inclusivity.
We don't care what background you come from. We don't care how you identify. We don't care the color of your skin. We don't care whether you're rich or poor or pretty or everybody's pretty in one way or another. We
If
care
you're
that your
listening to
heart's
this,
in the way.
come on down.
Yeah. We care that your heart is ready for us to be able to go forward with you. That's all. Everybody has an opinion about healing. I have been through my own journey of the fibromyalgia and the lupus and getting back to the point where I wasn't in pain, and I have also had many experiences that reinforced the pain, made me worse, gave me side effects on top of it, and didn't work. Through all of that, we found out that there is a great power in art, inducing and incorporating the right and left hemispheres together to be able to set yourself up for a healing journey that will work. We are not doctors. We deal only with the mind and perceptions. And the way that I do it as an artist is through art. Is through doing art and looking at it.
We have, you've heard of the miracle recoveries. Well, the miracle recoveries, in our opinion, are just the mind healing the body. You get cut, the mind heals the cut. You have a sore throat, the mind and body defend against that and take care of the sore throat. Now, we're not saying that you don't need Western medicine. Not at all. We all do. Absolutely. Break an arm, break a leg, whatever, break a bone.
Need antibiotics for an infection. Yeah.
You got to get set. You got to get fixed. But we believe in the power of the brain to take care of the things that we don't understand. If you have the intention and go into some of our practices of healing a certain aspect of your body and do it consistently and believe with happiness and gratitude, you're going to get healed in your way, as long as you have that faith. Call it faith, you call it belief, however you want to call it. I believe that the brain can heal the body.
And it's been scientifically proven by the fact that no one yet has beat the placebo effect. over and over and over again in time. Being able to beat the placebo effect is what you go after. And the placebo effect is us using our brain in an effective way towards our own healing. Healing through art, healing with art classes, healing by changing your perspective, healing by dealing with trauma, by using color therapy, massage therapy, Reiki, and working with energy, healing through cold plunges, sound walks, sound baths. So many avenues to take that are not prescribed by a doctor. And a doctor is important, but it is not the only way to go. And what we do is constantly read and research and find out many other ways to go, as well as having refined our own art alternative as a really good starting and kicking off point towards you gaining control of your own body's healing capacity. Now, there's a lot of other things here that AhZhension Studios we do and we teach about. And we're going to go over these really quickly. Visualization. Now, as an artist, I've been doing an awful lot of visualizing and bringing it into reality. And being able to come up with a full picture, a well-rounded viewpoint, very important, and a consistent routine of visualization that is meant for a specific purpose.
Visualization also brings you back to your childhood. Use your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that as adults we have lost. Not all of us, naturally, but some of us have lost that visualization, imagination, childlike envisioning of things that we'd like to have happen or just to be fanciful. Visualizations are a great way for you to tell your mind and your subconscious what you want it to do.
Sound healing, sound baths, how it is that you manage your sound input. Through the ages, music has been used to rally a crowd, to put someone in a peaceful state, to help you through a journey as relaxation, as an emotional output, and we think it's an important part of everyone's healing journey.
We learn every day about new frequencies, about what they do to the body. Low frequencies will make you sick. High frequencies can give you headaches. We find the right frequencies to match your frequency to help heal your body. I use frequencies all the time. I hear frequencies all the time as well. So she sees colors, I hear frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
So we help with getting your body realigned with the proper frequency.
Grounding, a huge practice for us.
Grounding is important, and it's been proven scientifically that it's important.
It's Alzheimer's and dementia. Mm-hmm.
If you don't get out and ground enough, your body doesn't realign itself. Going back with the frequency, grounding will help you with realigning your frequency. So we have lots of different grounding ways to help you out with that. At the studios, we have nature walks where you can go out and you can do it barefoot, cleared some paths. You can go out to the grassy area and just sit and be on the ground. So
we go out to parks and we ground while we are with a group of people sending good energy into the world, because it helps us to match the frequency of the earth, which is a healthy growing frequency, and regulate our electric systems.
So we do all that, and then of course we do all the meditating practices. We work with you to make individualized meditation practices, because meditation is not the same for everybody. We help you find what is the right meditation for you.
As a person with ADHD, I can't sit and just clear my mind. It doesn't work for me. My mind says, nope, And so we also do meditation for people who have a mind like mine, where activity has to come into it and movement and ways to keep you focused on one goal, which is what I call an active meditation, which leads to balance.
Okay, so we have a lot of different ways of balance. We have chakra balancing. We have frequency balancing. We have what she just mentioned, the balance of life that you can move forward with. So we do a lot of self-awareness, self-empowering techniques to get you where you can leave us and go back out into the world balanced, harmonic, strong.
The simple, easy routine to stay there. Love seems like such a overdone, overused concept. But the truth is that you can find love when you love yourself. And that person will actually love you for who you are. And so the core of everything that we do does open you up to being able to find the person who loves you as you. And that's the kind of love that lasts. That is partnerships that can be built upon, and loving yourself based upon the trauma that you've had before can be an uphill journey.
So the love of self is vital for you to thrive in relationships. Relationships don't thrive when one person or the other person doesn't love themselves as much as they love the other person. When you don't love yourself as much as you love the other person, you find fault in everything.
Everywhere. Yeah.
And it can creep in. So we try and help you with conquering all those demons that you've had in the past, to help you love yourself as who you are.
Yeah.
To help accept yourself the way you are.
And an acceptance of yourself gives you what used to be a tunnel this big, now is a tunnel this big of how you can go forward in a life and being of service to people, in being of service to yourself, in using your gifts and talents to the best of their ability, and having fulfillment in yourself, in your own journey. And that acceptance is super important. But you got to get away from blaming yourself and hurting yourself and the routines that are constantly tearing you down to do that.
So this all leads us to the next point, which is the power of belief, which we've talked about off and on throughout our discussion here this morning. You have to believe, you have to have gratitude in your intentions. Belief that your brain can heal the body. So many beliefs that
Like that you can love yourself.
that we bring to the table are positive.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring any negative beliefs into our system.
The belief that you feel has a lot to do with the words that you speak, and the things that come to you in your life are a direct result of how you act upon the earth. And how we all act upon the earth is through our words. Thing to one little adjustment at a time. Get to a point where we can replace destroying self-talk with positive self-talk. And I mean, it doesn't have to be you bang your head against the wall until it happens. It's a process, and it takes time and patience, because you are reprogramming a brain that has already been programmed, and the repetition makes that happen. So talking your way into the life that you want instead of talking your way into the hell you are living is very important.
In the late 1970s, early 80s, a wonderful positive talk came about that we teach our grandchildren to this day, and they speak it back to us all the time. A little green guy No, not Kermit, but Yoda.
Mhm.
There is no try, there is only do. We're training them now as 5, 7, and 10-year-olds to not try to do anything, to do things, not try. And these are the kind of positive talk things that we talk with you about how to change your vocabulary and how to think more positive.
Get rid of can't, get rid of good and bad, get rid of trouble, get rid of on and on. I have gone through thousands just in my own mind, and I know I have another 1,000 at least to go, of words that I used that were holding me back instead of helping me go forward. And I still feel sometimes like I'm a bad person. And it's not true.
Yeah. And it's wonderful that we have all the vocabulary that we have. I'm not saying that anything wrong with that at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how you choose to use it. Just like cursing. There are a lot of people that say that cursing is a sign of a weak mind. Well, cursing...
Bullshit.
We as a society have made words. We as a society can choose not to use them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of our philosophy as well.
One of the things that really brings you to a place of letting go of trauma is forgiveness. So a huge part of breaking down the bonds of trauma that we have found is forgiveness.
Forgiveness from the male aspect and the female aspect. For me, in my viewpoint, forgiveness is so much different than it is forgiveness for her. It's real easy for me to forgive and forget. Some people it's not that easy. So we try to help walk you through the forgiveness part of it and realize that the more that you love yourself, like we were talking about earlier, you don't need to carry around the trauma that you had, which makes it easier to forgive.
Not being able to forget does lead you to a different place of forgiveness. It is something that has to be repetitive over and over for it to actually mean what it means. And
It's like anything that you want to bring into existence,
mm-hmm.
create, or destroy, it takes over and over and over and over to make it real.
And it's one of the steps, I believe, in healing past traumas, releasing energetic blockages in your body that can lead to health problems in the future. And gratitude practice.
Gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how easy it is to forget to be thankful that you're even here, that your eyes are open. I'm thankful every morning that my eyes open and that I can see, or just the fact that I'm still here. There's so many things to be grateful for. We try and help inculcate that into your daily routine of gratitude. We have gratitude journals, we have gratitude meditations at the end of the day. We have gratitude in the mornings before, it's like a prayer before every meal. We have gratitude as often as you can. Before you get out of bed, be thankful that you're here. Be thankful that you have another day to produce something, to do something well for someone else. Gratitude is just exponentially the one biggest thing that you need to have daily.
It sets a bar in your brain too, which helps you recognize easier when you are in a moment of not being grateful, and allows you to make a choice of whether you're going to take a turn and choose to go a different direction with your mind, body, and emotions.
You can be grateful at everything that happens. Find the gratitude in every situation. No matter how small, find a little bit of gratitude in everything.
And when you get yourself in a fully grateful state, you can feel the energy frequency that is going to work in your manifestations. And then you can duplicate that feeling by gratitude going forward to be able to color your future manifestations. How we interact with other people in this world has a good deal to do with the practices that we take on and the ways in which we are choosing to put ourselves out into the world. Whether we're kind to that clerk behind the cash register that's just having a terrible day is a choice. We can let it affect us, and we can go home and, dwell and live in the misery, or we can meet it the way that we choose and go forward as us, being us of our own volition. And your own choice is really huge here at AhZhension Studios. Your choice, your actions, not always having to count every minute of every day on someone else, but getting you to a place where you automatically are patterned toward a better result. We walk the world journey with you. We are still learning. We are still having our own challenges. We are still going through ups and downs.
Thank you that we're able to go through ups and downs.
I'm so glad. It colors your journey, and new information to me is just exciting and wonderful, and another place to start in your going forward journey. Is there a way to make it simpler, easier, quicker?
We learn every day, and we learn from you, we learn from experiences, we learn from the professionals that are in the field. Every day we're learning.
Yeah.
And that's what we do every day at AhZhension. Yeah. Every day at AhZhension Studios we're learning, whether it be from you or someone else or
our own.
Yeah.
We can teach you how to connect with your spirit guides so that you do have a support system even when we are not there or one of our professionals is not there. Different types of visualizing, different healing modalities, and all of it constantly brought to you and regularly put out, of course, on the channel, or if you're here in person. We want to expand what our minds think is a possibility, as well as be able to practice and try things ourselves to see if they're going to take us to the next step of our walking journey.
And it won't it be wonderful when we touch upon that one thing that we say to someone, and that sparks a whole new generation or a whole new modality that will heal the earth. You just never know when it's going to happen. No.
Or help the healer of the earth.
Yep. So you just never know.
Now, one of the modalities that I use is wellness art classes. You could be a little bit goofy, and you could be a little bit crazy, and you come out with a wonderful result and some more insight into yourself and some more understanding. And we have those in everything from blockages to scribbling to finding your spirit animal, and those get put up into our wellness art classes. They are always on YouTube. They are always free, along with a supply list. So by all means, have yourself a party, invite the girls over, get out some cocktails, and enjoy putting together your vision board for the next year, and helping each other embrace and go forward in their journeys. Using art as a healing modality is what we call the art alternative. Teaching children at a young age that their body can heal them, and how to visualize it happening is a very important thing that I started with my children when they were young. I used to tell them, send their bugs out. Well, now there's a book, Bernie and Babs versus the Virus.
Who wrote that?
I wrote that.
Oh yeah, you wrote that.
And illustrated it, and it basically walks people in the simplest form through putting together a full healing visualization.
This is for children anywhere from 3, probably 2 or 3. Probably 2 or 3, all the way up to 99, or even 104. Either way, Burning in Babs versus the virus is a visualization. So we started See to Cure, nonprofit organization, to get these books and to get other visualization books into children's hospitals throughout the world.
To help the children who need it the most, while everybody can use it, to help the children who need it the most, make sure that it's there in some of the most trying times of their health journey.
We can trust in Western medicine to a certain extent, and then we have to help the children with a visualization so that they can understand what's going on and that they can use their vivid imagination and their vivid brain power to heal themselves.
And to learn the power of their own ability to do so. Awesome stuff. And so See to Cure gives these books out to hospitals, reading programs all across the United States at the moment. And we are very interested in childhood education, in visualization, in going forward, especially in health concerns.
See to Cure. C-U-R-E. See to Cure.
See in your mind to cure your body. Using your art to find yourself is another thing that happens, whether you're using it as a healing modality for yourself, teaching children how to find their own powerful abilities, teaching yourself how to find your own powerful abilities. But everything comes back to a greater understanding of yourself, which gives you the balance from which you can go forward in a much stronger and more pleasant way. It's sustainable. Just like our agriculture could be sustainable. Just like a farm at AhZhension Studios would be sustainable. It's part of the overall plan to make sure that when you come to visit, that you have organic, freshly produced food, artistically put together, because of the culinary artists who will be there in the art colony, and you can nourish yourself. And there's so many different ways of eating out there right now that finding the way that works best with you and your physiology can also be a very big part of the journey of you getting the most energy and vibrancy out of your own life as you can.
Yeah. And we don't say, okay, you have to eat this, you have to eat this, you have to eat this. Everybody that's going to come to us is going to be different. So we're not going to force anybody to eat just this. Full menu, so you choose what you want to eat. If you want a nutritionist, then we can provide that. But it's not really the main goal. The main goal is just to get you back into awareness and into yourself and your self-power.
And to train your body toward a more healthy way. Your body will tell you that you want things less that are bad for you when you have given yourself what's good for you for a while. And so, again, mental training. That's just one of the modalities that actually leads you to feeling your best self and constantly researching them. What they've done with infrared is great. There's biometrics, there's the emotion code, there are different kinds of walking. It is so numerous that you can't actually list all of the things that are out there. But finding out that they're out there, we feel, is a part of our responsibility.
So at AhZhension Studios, we will endeavor to find all and supply all of the information that we have that we can find on different modalities on how to help yourself, because everybody's different and we want to reach as many people as we can.
We feel an evolution happening in our society, and part of this evolution is caring about yourself, not always living up to someone else's standards, finding out what you're supposed to be giving to the world and giving it, getting rid of a long legacy of hurtful talk and practices, and going forward in a way that is embracing to every person. We like to call it a conscious evolution. You know that this is taking place. It's so much easier to make a choice about deciding whether you're going to be a part of it or not. And go to an anti-war rally. You know what's going to create war. If you go to a peace rally, it will create peace. So being able to tell the difference in the conscious evolution is something society is going to be taking the walk of. And you already looking at this video puts you in a forefront of that walk, of knowing that there is more out there, that a change is coming. The change is good, although it's been a little crazy in getting to this point, but change always takes a really radical point and then comes back into line before it is a long-lasting change. And seeing how the things in the world are actually leading us to something good instead of just more anger and destruction and poor me crap is important. And we do that when we have new information on coming into this conscious evolution. And we want you to join us.
We're going to touch as many people in the world as we can. With your help, we will touch even more.
The first goal is 10 million.
Yeah.
Join us for a meditation or put your comments on it.
Yeah. Want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm. Most people just want to be the best thing that they can be. And that's what you're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Join our YouTube channel. Join the community. YouTube at AhZhension, AhZhension, and leave your comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Welcome to AhZhension Studios. We love you.